Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. And also keep in mind, these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy.
All right, folks, here we are just after market close on Thursday, December 9th. We're going to take a look at SoFi. SoFi having a brutal day today, down over 7.5%, and just kind of transitioning from one resistance level at 1656 to the nearest support level at 1557. And in between, just kind of like barely making an attempt to certainly to run up, right? This rejection at the VWAP was all that came. And then down here, brief consolidation. I guess you could kind of say that it stayed in that range into close, but yeah, nothing looking too too hot on this one. Now the market is just, having a really hard time deciding what's what and where to go, and so there's just a lot of uncertainty out there, that's for sure. And fintech has been taking the brunt of a bunch of this. I can't remember if I still have somewhere the indexes that we were looking at in, yeah. So here's, ARC fintech looking very, very similar, right? Even that test of the VWAP looking very similar. Finex looking pretty similar-ish. But this is just to say that SoFi definitely not alone, and definitely not like an outlier in having such a rough day today. I know it's unfortunate because it's so much to lose in a day, right? And this in the face of a lot of drawing down recently. But this is why I keep saying, all you can kind of do is plot out your support and resistance, plot out any trend lines, and just kind of see where it's going to take shape from there. There's not really anything that we can do to make it stabilize, to make the price come up. This is just sort of the case at the moment, and like I've been saying, waiting for signs of stabilization. This wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Now, I don't know if it'll do this, but if it starts to kind of move sideways around this 1557 up to 1746, like that sort of $2 zone, that'd be kind of a big percentage area for it to consolidate in. I'd be more apt to suspect that it's going to sit between the mid 15 and mid 16 support and resistance, or the mid 16 and the mid 17 support and resistance, and just have a bit of a tighter range in there. But we'll have to see. I mean, the other way to look at it is, yesterday we were hoping that it could be leading itself out of the channel, but the other thing is it's just sort of coming back down into this downtrend channel that we've had on the chart, and is just sort of re-exploring the mid-range of that channel. Now, ideally, it doesn't continue to get stuck in this channel for the bulls anyway, because the next really solid support level, as I see it, is this 1402. So that would be quite a lot to lose. Another 10% or something to get down to there. And but like I keep saying, no crystal ball. Just trying to plot a course and see where we are on that course, and talk about, it's almost always just what I'm looking for. And what I'm looking for now, like I've been saying, is just where can it consolidate and build itself a base. And even then, when it does build a base, we don't know which way it's going to break. It could break to the upside, could break to the downside, but at least you have a clear indication then, because it's building a base and it's in a range. And then at a clear, strong break of that range, then you can kind of say, okay, it looks like it's going this direction. But in the meantime, this is just sort of what we're left with. I know it's unfortunate. The MA is still situated about where it is. I mean, the 12 EMA is coming in a bit closer, and so the possibility for it to start kind of interacting with that would be a positive sign, so that it could try to kind of flip that from resistance to support, and that might provide a bit of a lift. But it may take it several more days to really get into position for that, if it's going to at all. On the MACD side of things, still kind of bearish momentum, kind of looking like it could slow down, but as you see today, the MACD stretching itself away from the signal line, so increasing the real estate between those two lines at the moment. And this is quite far down on the histogram. I mean, there's probably been periods where it's been similar. Let's see, minus 1.05, 1.33. Yeah, I mean, this is getting close to where it found the bottom in this, during this price action. So we'll see. It had a clear movement there, though it didn't have sort of like the head fake that we had today, but that may just mean that there's, a little bit more juice left in the bears, whatever, in the bears cup. I don't know. I mean, RSI obviously still very close to oversold. Ichimoku Cloud, I mean, this isn't going to move much from what we saw yesterday. So, this is just where we are. I don't really know. I just kind of pop in to talk about the day because I know folks like a daily check-in, but to me, there's not a ton to add here. Like I said, stretching back down into this channel, it's interacting with all of the levels that we've had on the chart, right? I mean, this is within 2 cents of what we had charted, right? And it fell all the way from about $1 up, right? And you see this is where it also tried to hang on, right? That's where it tried to make its move and hang on, and then it rejected. And then after that rejection, it was just sort of lights out until it got to this next support level. And so that's why I'm saying, hoping that, there's not greater drawdown here, because it's been interacting with these levels so concretely that I would worry that 1402 could become kind of realistic. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, it's a tough moment for SoFi for sure. And I don't know what else to say about it, to be honest. The entire market is just in a weird place right now, and trying to make up its mind on a bunch of things. So just know that SoFi is not the outlier as far as I can tell, and we're just gonna have to take the sort of market that we're given, right? So just do the best that you can with the market that you're given, and that's all that we're trying to do here. All right, folks. Sorry I don't have anything else exciting to tell you. I wish I did. There's some positive press coming out. SoFi is trading at a discount. Kramer, I mean, that could have been why we sold off today. There's sort of like some interesting articles in the history of, Kramer turning things red in the days after he talks about it as a buy. I think that's an article on the Unusual Whales blog. But maybe worth a look. I haven't looked at it in a while, so I hope that I'm not misremembering that. But in any case, here's where we are, and we're just going to have to see what happens. All right, folks, I hope that you're able to finish off the trading week well tomorrow, strongly, if you will, and I appreciate you watching. I will see you in the next video.